After you are done with the crayon and you've cleaned all of that up, you are now going to go to the Conte crayon. These kits you already have inside your box. You only get this one kit for the entire 18 weeks, so you want to be very conscientious that you have a huge project to do with these, so you should be using very little. You'll notice that they come in 2 colors, and then there's a black and there's a white. This tends to be messy, so I recommend picking one of your edge areas. And then for your positive space, the trick to the Conte crayon is that you want to lay down a base, and you have to push pretty hard, trying to keep it within the area. The pencil and Conte don't matter too much. Some artists prefer to erase, some don't. Once you get that first base down, again, I want you experimenting with the value from dark to light. So you put down just a little bit of black and you'll get a fine edge up close. At this point, I tend to stand when I'm working with Conte and pushing on the corner more than on the edge. And then in the center, I'm going to add, pushing really heavily on the white. Then when it looks about like this, I'm going to get my blending stump. Again, you have another one of these in your kits, and you're going to want to segment out. This half is for your Conte, this you will use for chalk pastel, and then this is your tortillon, and the tortillon is used for pencil so that they all have their own purposes and don't get the medias intermixed. Then working with the material, so it's like your Conte, your paint is on the paper, but you don't do any of the actual fine detail work until you get to your blending stump. And at first I'm just trying to blend together what I have. I'm going back and forth with the material. And rather than use the brush, I'm going to blow it off the paper. Now this is level 1. Once I have level 1 down, I can refine keeping the color. And so Conte just slowly builds. It's very hard to keep it in its area and to keep it clean, and that's really what I want you to focus on. It feels very real when it's done correctly, even though the colors are off. Once I have a media that's laid down and I feel like I have an intensity to my color, I always come black in with the black to just do a teeny tiny edging. And then again, I don't want that to feel like a hard line. I want to pull it in. And then with Conte, to keep it easy, I tend to do my backgrounds just all black. And you don't have to get the media right up close. I put a swatch of it down And then I do my work with the blending stuff. But again, I do have to layer it. Kind of level 1. And leaving a little bit of that white edge can actually be beneficial. And again, blowing it off of the other media. Once I have this area done, I want to come in with that white eraser and I want to clean it all up. Now we will, once we're done with this whole thing, use hairspray to seal in the material. When you do your Conte or something else like the chalk pastel that you want to cover up, I have all these squares that are cut out 3 by 4, but the tape you can't just put onto your picture or else it will tear your paper. So you want to use like your shirt or your pant leg, and you want to get your tape what I call dirty. You can also go over the top of eraser stuff you've already done, but you want to eliminate a lot of the sticky out of your tape so that when it puts it down, it's more like at 50% effectiveness, and this way it will not tear your paper when you go to pull it off later.